our features that is carrier contacts and custom notifications. So I'll be hosting this with my colleague Chris, and on the chat we're going to have our genius product manager Julia. Okay, yeah. So some rules that we have for the webinar. So to avoid the background noise, we're going to mute all participants. If you have any questions, you can drop the questions on the chat, okay? And Julia will be able to answer them while we are talking. This webinar is being recorded and all the attendees are going to receive this recording later on, okay? We'll have this recording on our community as well, okay? So we're going to drop the community link at the chat, so you can check it later. At this webinar page that we have on our community, we have the previous recording of the previous webinars and the future one as well. We're going to have it in the future. At the end of the session, we're going to be able to answer the questions, okay? So Julia is going to help us to answer some of the questions at the end. So if you have them, just drop them on the chat and we'll be getting to them at the end of the session. So we are going to talk first about the carrier contacts, okay, my carrier contacts. We're going through a few steps on the demo soon, okay, and how to do this. But what we're covering today is how to search for a carrier, okay, how to add a new carrier if this carrier is not registered in Opendock yet, how to favorite this carrier on your warehouse, on the organization, so for all the warehouses or for the specific warehouse, and how to find this when you're scheduling an appointment, okay, based on the favorites that you just made, okay? So I'm going to now go to the other page, just a second. Let me find it here. Wait. Okay, so now you'll probably be seeing the Opendock, okay? So I'm going direct to the My Carrier Contacts. And we will start this process of, if I don't have a carrier, I'm going to add this carrier, but first I'm going to search and see if this carrier is already registered. I'm going to use just an example, okay, of one carrier. I see the first one here. I'm going to add this carrier to my list, okay? So here I'm going to see all the carriers I have under my carrier contacts and how I'm going to favorite them, okay? So I'm going to take this first one as an example, okay? Sorry, this fourth one as an example, because this is not favorite yet, okay? So I can just, by clicking here to favorite the contact, I have the option to favorite this for every warehouse, so for the entire organization, or just favorite for a specific warehouse, okay? So I'm going to click because I want it for only one of my warehouses, and I'm going to save it. Okay, so basically now that I have it saved, I can have this on my list when I'm creating an appointment. But before that, if you search for the carrier and you couldn't find the carrier, you can always create the carrier contact. Okay, just click here on create contact. It's pretty simple. You just need to insert the informations here, first name, last name, email, and then you click next. The information about the carrier, and then you can start creating appointments using this carrier. Okay. Now I'm going to the appointment page, and I'm going to create an appointment. So you can see here that when I click here to add a carrier, what I will see first are all the favorites that I had here. Okay, so because I'm using this specific warehouse, the one that I selected for this warehouse is going to show first. Okay, those might be for the entire organization, but the first one is the one that I created and I favorite for this specific warehouse. Okay, So I just select the carrier contact, add the load type, and do all the process of creating an appointment. But what we wanted to show here is that the fact that when you favorite them, when you start creating an appointment, the favorites are going to show first on the list, okay, in order to create an appointment. So basically, that was it that I wanted to talk to you guys. Pretty simple, you know, like super simple. And now I'm going to hand it over to my colleague, Chris, and he's going to talk to you guys about notifications.
Awesome. Thank you, Vanessa. So now that Vanessa explained so well how to manage your carrier contacts, now I'll talk a little bit about the notifications that are sent out to those carrier contacts based on actions that are placed upon any appointments that you make. These notifications, this particular function is really important because it keeps your carriers informed. And it also keeps your own warehouse users informed because they also get these notifications. And what's really great about them is that you're able to customize them in a number of different ways. I'll show you some right there are a number of places where you can manage your notification settings here in Opendock. The first one is at the org level, under the appointment notifications tab. These settings apply to all of the locations and warehouses under your organization. So you're able to select and deselect the different notifications that you want to be sent out or that you want your internal teams to receive. Um, so you're able to really customize this. You're also able to just disable them all or enable them all in a very sort of efficient way from this view. You're also able to manage your appointments at the warehouse level. So of course, different locations are like have different settings in terms of the different notifications that you would like your carriers to receive. So you can always manage these from the settings tab of each warehouse. This settings tab is actually placed differently from a new release that our team did recently. So you can always find all these settings under the settings tab in this warehouse configurations area. In the same way as at the org level on the appointment notifications, you're able to see all of the appointments that are sent, all of the notifications that are sent out and the actions that they're sent out for. When you click on the little gray pencil, you're then able to customize those notifications even further. You're able to add specific text that might apply to those notifications. So, for example, you can add a notice such as cancellation fee or any other information that you might see pertinent for your carriers to have when they receive, in this case, the appointment scheduled message. You're also able to highlight this text and make it so that it really stands out for your carriers if you're trying to relay important information that's crucial to how they'll interact with you once they arrive at the facility. And then finally, you're also able to select and reorder the way things look in this notification so that the most important things for you and at that particular location appear in the order that you want them to appear. And you can also deselect certain items so that they don't appear. So lots of ways to manage notifications and to customize them at the org level and at the warehouse level. And then finally, there are some additional settings that you can customize at the appointment level itself. For example, by clicking on the little bell symbol in the top right corner of the appointment details window, you're also able to disable or enable notifications at this level. Of course, we're also able to add specific email subscribers to specific appointments so that they receive notifications throughout the life cycle of the appointment. And these would be additional subscribers other than the carriers and the default warehouse users who will always get notifications. So lots of ways to manage your notifications, to add text, and to make sure that instructions always stand out in those notifications for the carriers. And so that, I think, concludes this part of the webinar. And now we would love to open it up for questions, if there are any questions from those of you who are watching. If there are any questions that you have for us. Our product specialist, Julia, is also here with us. She'll also have us answer some questions.
Guys, I'm looking at the chat, seeing if you guys have any questions, but Chris, if you want to move to the next slide as well, I can comment on what you guys are thinking through questions or comments that you guys might have. I can think through a couple questions that we see frequently being asked. One of them is on the notification piece. All of that customization that Chris showed you guys. Some customers usually ask, can I reorder or can I hide information from my notification, template? Yes, you can. So you can select everything that goes in and everything that you want hidden from a certain notification. So let's say, for example, that you want to notify on, cancellation fees, and you want to make sure that that's really highlighted. But because it's a cancellation, all of the appointment information doesn't really need to be on that notification type. You can hide all the other fields and make sure that that one information that you want to be clearly seen is going to be the center and kind of like the most important thing on the email. So that's another way that you guys can leverage on the customization of the notification types. Each type can be modified and customized according to what you guys want. So you can reflect and kind of like customize each notification type specifically. So that's one of the things that customers sometimes ask. And on the favoriting, contacts, sometimes our customers are curious also to, I know that I can add them, but how can I remove them? So that's very easy to do as well. You just go into the contact, you can just hide it or remove that contact from your list. So if you have a carrier contact, for example, that's no longer working at that company or something like that, you can just easily clear out your contact list by removing them from the list. Very simple and easy to do. Any other questions, guys, or anything that's top of mind regarding notifications? Maybe something that you guys have been curious about or questions specific to your operations as well. All right. Well, I hope this has been helpful. So on the slide right here, we have a couple of, like just helping, I guess, notes for you guys to learn more about Opendock if you're guys interested in, or even asking for help or any questions that you guys might have later. So your account manager is always there to help you guys through any questions, support needed, anything regarding, the product and how to make the most out of it. We have the community pages, so Mars posting the links right now so that you guys can have access to everything. The community is usually where we update all articles regarding features, every new thing to the project. We usually have an article that comments on what's changing, how to use it, how to set it up. So you can just go into the community, type in whatever it is that you're looking for. For example, want to learn more about load types, you type in load types, and then you're going to learn everything there is to load types, from setting it up to how to use it and how to make the most out of it. And then finally, we're having a recurrency on this webinar initiative. So hopefully you guys will see more topics and themes that will be interesting to you guys. And so register and continue to attend to this. We usually share them through Opendock as well on the What's New session. how to register, and then you can even watch past webinars as well in there. So I think that could be helpful. The previous one was around gate management, which is usually something that interests our customers a lot, how to use it, how to make the most out of it. And we have some pretty interesting, ones coming up as well. So hopefully that will be great for you guys. And that is it. Thank you so much, Vanessa. Thank you, Chris, for introducing notifications and favoriting carrier contacts to us. And guys, let us know if you guys need anything from the Opendock team. We're always here to help. I hope that this was helpful. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.